Hey guys, my name is Malcolm. Welcome to Muscle Memory. We have a huge star on today, man. I just want to jump into it, man. He's the NWA Jr. heavyweight champion. He's defending his title at NWA Samhain, October 28th on Fight TV. It's Colby Corino. How are you, man?
Oh, thank you for that intro. You make me feel all good. I gotta give it to you, Malcolm. You're the first interviewer who's got the name pronunciation perfect.
Man, I Googled it. I searched it, made sure I could pronounce it correctly. Thank you. I appreciate that.
No
But like,
problem. No problem. I also gotta give props for that hat. That's a pretty sick hat.
man, I appreciate that too, man. Just throwing out all the compliments, man. But like, you're the champion. You're the junior heavyweight champion of the NWA, which is a huge company. There's a lot going on with the company right now, but like, let's talk about your match first. You're facing Joe Alonzo at this pay-per-view. He's been talking a lot of trash online. He's been really trying to get under your skin. Have you felt like the effects of like what he's been saying online, and how do you respond to like everything that he's trying to do to get your attention?
I don't know. I've dealt a lot with my whole life with the internet trolls and like people saying some real wild stuff on me on the internet. And I don't know. I kind of have a thick skin for it. But you can say whatever you want about me. It ain't gonna bother me, you know. But like when you start to say stuff about my wife and my kid, that's across the line. They're not in wrestling. They didn't choose this life. They didn't choose to be picked apart or made fun of or anything, you know. So it kind of gets under my skin when someone like Joe Alonzo feels a need to bring them into the conversation and talk trash about them to build our match.
Yeah, no, I
First,
definitely. Yeah, no, I
oh,
definitely noticed that. It's like Dylan or Joe Alonzo, honestly, what I was about to reference him as, very much like a Twitter troll, like a guy named Dylan Dennis. I'm not sure if you know who that is from this YouTube boxing space. He boxed Logan Paul. He talked a lot of
oh
trash.
yeah,
So,
yeah, I
like,
did see that.
yeah, he's that guy. So like, I feel like Joe Alonzo has a lot of like that aspect going into this match. Even like, how do you prepare for a match like this with someone that's like trying to play these kind of mind games? And how do you think he's going to go in there and try to beat you? And how do you react to that?
Oh yeah, so with that dude that you're just talking about, that Dylan guy,
Yeah,
I saw a few clips of that fight, and he got completely demolished, right?
yeah.
So I think that's a lot about how this match is going to go. Um, Preparing for this match is a lot like any other match for me. Like I always stay training real hard. I'm a big believer in that. Like if you stay ready, you never have to get ready. You know. So I always try to be on the top of my game. Every time you see me in the ring, like I always try to be in the best shape you've ever seen me. You know. Like I always try to set another higher standard. So unfortunately, if you see me on social media, I suffered a pretty nasty cut on my arm this weekend,
Oof.
and I got 10 stitches in there. So regardless of that, I'm still wrestling tomorrow and Saturday and Sunday. And by the time I get to Sawin, all the stitches are going to be out, and I'm going to be 100%. So I ain't got nothing to worry about. Joe Alonzo, I don't know. I feel like he's got a little bit more to worry about.
Yeah, it definitely shows it. Like, if you're a guy that can have that kind of injury to still go inside to wrestle, anyways, like that's crazy. If I stub my toe, I'm out for 2 weeks. So, like, credit to you, man. That's absolutely insane. Like, looking at that injury, like, how does that affect you, like, in the wrestling ring? Like, do you feel that injury when you're like wrestling at all, or did you kind of just put it out of your mind?
Well, luckily this happened like right at the end of the match. Like it was the last move that did it. So I didn't have to think of it too much. But I have gotten hurt in matches. And a lot of the times it's you the adrenaline's pumping so fast that you don't even think of it like, oh my God, I'm hurt. You're just like, I gotta get to the end of the match. I gotta finish this, you know? And I feel like that's where that stereotype that like you gotta finish the match. No one has that expectation that you have to finish the match. But sometimes you're just so in shock and the adrenaline's pumping that like you don't even realize how hurt you are.
Yeah.
But on Sunday, I definitely realized as soon as that happened how hurt I was. I looked down, I saw, I thought I saw a bone. I saw something white. It might have been fat or something, but I knew that was not okay.
Yeah, that looks worse than a paper cut, man. That looks that's not something that a band-aid could fix. I mean, that's crazy. Like what happened exactly during the match for people that don't know?
I was wrestling Cruel and at Deadlock Pro Wrestling, and there was like an elevated stage walkway thing at the venue, and we set up a barbed wire table at the end of it, and we did a tornado. I gave him a tornado DDT off the stage through the barbed wire table, and I guess when we landed, just like a piece of the wire just took a chunk out of me.
Oh, gross. Yikes. Yo, I don't even know how you go through that and still live to talk about it. That's insane. I feel like you wrestle a very hardcore style. I feel like the last time I actually saw you wrestle in person was at the Premier Streaming Network show and you wrestled Darius Lockhart. I think you put him through a door at some point. It was absolutely insane. Um, um, or it was a Darius Carter. I think it might have said
Sorry,
something.
Darius Carter.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
Darius
yeah.
Carter. My bad. But
You're
even like looking at like the way you wrestle in the ring, it's like how do you go like having this hardcore style? Like, do you feel it the next day? Are you going through any pain right now besides like your obvious injury right there? Like, how's like your day to day just moving around like with the kind of wrestling that you do?
uh I don't know. It's kind of like normalized to me now. Sometimes like with the cuts like these, I do have to take a couple days off the gym and stuff. I was still in the wrestling school yesterday, leading class. I was doing like squats, I was running stuff that didn't involve my arm. I still try to stay active and stay moving, no matter like even if my arm's cut. Like I got to do what I can.
Yeah.
So but also like sometimes I feel like even a regular wrestling match will kill me. I remember the night before NWA 75, I wrestled Rina Yamashita in a death match, and at the end of the match, she put me through a power bomb through barbed wire, a board, and with light tubes on top. Oh, it hurt. But honestly, after I won the title from Kerry Morton, that night I was in the hotel room. I'm like, man, I'm more hurt from that match with Kerry than I was from the match with Rena.
Oh man. Yeah, I will never understand how much pain that you guys go through. That's insane. I trained for maybe 5 months, figured out it hurts too much, and then never did it again. That's respect to you and what you do, of course. But like even like your entire wrestling career, I mean, you wrestle, I feel like almost everywhere around the independent scene in America. I know at one point you were supposed to be going to the WWE during a hiring freeze and stuff happened there. How close were we to seeing you actually join the WWE at the time?
You are this close. But I'm a big believer that everything happens the way it should, you know. And maybe not going to WWE was the right thing after all. Like right now, I think I'm in a great place with NWA. If you've kept your ear to the news, things look like we're on an upswing right now with TV deals. I'm not at liberty to say because I don't know anything more than everything, all the other people out there. But it's exciting to be right where I'm at right now. And I gotta say, the opportunity for people to make a living in professional wrestling outside of AEW and WWE is like at an all-time high. I'm making more money I could than I've ever had before from any normal job or anything. And not that I'm rich or anything, but it's enough to support my family and have like a somewhat comfortable life.
That's good.
And
Yeah.
it's great. It's great to have other avenues for professional wrestlers besides just being on TV, even though we might be on TV soon.
There it is. Even like going through like that situation with the WWE, like when you find out that like you're no longer going to be joining that company at the time, like what did that do to you like mentally and going and how you like map out the rest of your wrestling career going forward? Like obviously you're in a great place now, but during the time, what was like your thoughts going through that process?
Oh, it completely sucked. It was the worst. It felt like the worst thing that ever happened to me at the time. Um, I wasn't making any money because like I wasn't taking bookings at the time because I was like I thought I was getting hired by WWE, so I didn't want to get hurt or take anything that like even though with pro wrestling, even like a wrong step you could blow out your knee, you know. So I wasn't taking any bookings. All I did and like my living is professional wrestling, so I didn't have anything. And then when that drizzled up, it was kind of like, oh man, now what? So I tried to step away from wrestling and just like get a normal job and do what I needed to do. But like, that's not fulfilling to me, you know? And plus, like, it's crazy to say this, but I make more money in wrestling than I do at a normal job. I've been wrestling my whole life and like, I don't really have many other like normal people skills. Like I didn't really go to college. I graduated high school, luckily, but
Yeah.
besides that, I don't really have any like long-term experience in anything, or I'm not great at a trade. Professional wrestling is my life, you know.
Yeah, and it's definitely working out for you. I mean, you have the title. Obviously, the NWA is in a great place as well. I know you can't really talk into detail with the whole TV deal situation, but how's it feel that now you're part of a company that's going to be on television whenever that's eventually announced?
It's awesome. It's great to have a wider reach with your audience. When I was with Ring of Honor and when I was like 18, we had the TV deal with Destination America and HDNet before that. So like I was on TV before, but like if this news turns out to be even half true, I feel like this is even bigger reach than that. And it's a huge opportunity for everyone in the NWA. And it's a perfect time for it because I feel like everyone in the NWA is firing on all cylinders. Like everyone, I feel like a big common complaint in the past few years with NWA was that there wasn't enough new stars. But the new stars are right here and they're being given the ball right now. Like if you look at all the champions right now, I feel like it's the guys that are the stars of today and not the stars that you've seen for years before. It's everyone's being given the ball to run, and I have to say I think we're doing a great job of it.
No, the whole company definitely is. I feel like there's definitely the NWA has definitely paved its own way as being a real alternative of like a WWE or an AEW. In your opinion, why should fans watch the NWA that maybe aren't currently?
I think that they need to watch because there's so much young talent. You got I can't say me. I'll toot my own horn. You got me. You got Kenzie Page. You got Kerry Morton. You got people like Alex Taylor, Thrillbilly Silas Mason. There's just all this young and up and coming talent. And I have to say, I think our women's division is one of the best in professional wrestling. Like the NWA women's roster, we put on some pretty good stuff. You just like I have to say, Camille is my favorite women's wrestler right now, and she's great. And with just everybody there, that Max, they're a fantastic wrestler, and I think they're doing great things. Like they just brought the NWA television championship to Japan with Tokyo Joshi, I believe, and I think everyone's doing great things with the brand right now.
Amazing, amazing. As we start to wrap this up, I want to talk about like your time now as like NWA Junior Heavyweight Champion. When you won the title, what's like the first thing went through your mind, seeing like you're holding this piece of hardware that has so much history behind it?
Man, like it finally felt like I looked down and it was like I did it. I finally did it, because it felt like since that championship came back to the NWA, I challenged for it. It felt like 10 times and I lost every single one. It felt like every time I was this close, and to have my name added to such a prestigious like title history as like the Funks, Jushin Thunder Liger, Otani, Jimmy Rave. There's so many names on there that like I like that are personally mean so much to me, and being able to add my name to a title history like that, it feels like I'm cementing my name in the history books.
For sure. And as we wrap this up, what's like your final message for Joe Alonzo as you head into this pay-per-view?
Joe Alonzo, I hope you're on top of your game, because I always fire on all cylinders, man. You you want to talk the talk, well, it's time to walk the walk. I'm gonna beat your ass. That's about it.
There it is. There it is. Colby Corino, thank you so much for your time, man. Where can they find you on social media if they're not already following you?
So you can find me on X/Twitter, whatever you want to call it, at Colby Corino, on Instagram at Colby.Corino, Facebook Colby Corino, and you can find me now on Twitch at twitch.tv/Camp Corino. And I stream a bunch of stuff, about to stream a little bit later and watch some wrestling on there. And you can also find some merch at colbycorino.bigcartel.com.
There it is. Colby Corino, thank you so much for your time. Guys, make sure to watch NWA all over platforms, Spike TV, YouTube, and soon to be on television very soon. My name is Malcolm. This is Muscle Memory, and we're out.